This is video number 30 on your Firearms Defense channel. First thing is, I hope you'll excuse my voice. It's a little bit cracked from yesterday from the demonstration I gave as to how the police might intimidate somebody. And this video number 30 is going to be a tie-in with video 29. Now remember on video 29 yesterday I told you the 3 reasons you have your weapon taken away is you're talking when you should be shooting, listening when you should be shooting, or thinking when you should be shooting. Now, having said that, I want to talk about scenarios here where someone might be able to actually pull something off and not have to shoot anybody, but usually it involves experience, okay? Now, it all depends on who you are as to whether you can get away with not having to shoot somebody or not. I'll give you some examples here from the movies, and I'll give you a real life example. Now, okay, let's say a lot of people have watched the Clint Eastwood movies. I'll use the Dirty Harry series for an example here. Now, Clint Eastwood brings this character completely, totally to life, Harry Callahan, the hardcore detective. You know, when he says, "Go ahead, punk, make my day," you know, you believe the guy would actually enjoy shooting you. And if you're the bad guy, you're not going to do anything except throw your weapon down and lay in the spread position. And another movie that he makes, and everybody should watch this movie, it's The Unforgiven. Everyone needs to watch this movie just to see the range of emotions that are involved in killing people. Clint Eastwood in this movie, the prime example, the one scene that really stands out is at the end of the movie when he goes into this bar and he comes in out of the rain and the water's dripping off of him, and he's drank half a bottle of whiskey and he's facing down the people in the bar. And you just look at this guy, this character he's created, William Money, and you just know you're looking at Mr. Death himself. You just know that he's killed a lot of people, and that's what's going to happen in this movie. So he brings this character, Will Money, completely, totally to life, and you really believe that he's, he wouldn't mind killing these people. Now, the other people involved in this movie are real good too. Gene Hackman brings the sadistic sheriff to life, Little Bill. He brings this character to life. He brings the character of a sadistic bully completely, totally to life. And you just look at this guy and you know he's that type of character. And this one guy who played the Schofield Kid, and he finally gets to kill this bad guy, and then he's all upset about it, and because he's never killed anybody in his life. So you can see this range of emotion too. So this movie is great in that you get to see the full range of emotions involved in killing people. Now, I want to talk about some real life people here who intimidate people. There was this guy, Tony the Ant Spilatro, in Las Vegas. He was the local mafia guy there who ran Las Vegas, and card cheats and people like that stayed out of his casino because they knew that this guy had hung people on meat hooks and stuff like that, and they didn't need to be told that this guy, hey, this guy is a real thing. He's a sadistic animal. If we go into his casino and cheat, we're gonna get our hands broken or worse, so we'll just not bother him. So that's an example of a real life person, who uses this factor of intimidation. Now, I'm talking about intimidation here. Now, let's say you're Susie Homemaker and you've had the 4-day handgun course, but you've never actually shot at anybody, you've never killed anybody, you've never been involved in something like that in your life. Now, if you're in a bad neighborhood for some unknown reason and the 3 bad guys come up on you and they want to haul you away in their car and do whatever, are you going to intimidate them by saying, "Stop or I'll shoot"? No, you're not. In this situation, the only thing left for you to do is pull your weapon out of its holster and just start shooting. That's the only thing that's going to be effective. Whatever you tell these guys, you're not going to believe it because you're not a proven product. You've never actually, done anything. I'll give you another example here. I think I've got time to do this. Now, let's say the Venice neighborhood where I live here, let's say all these abandoned apartment buildings at the end of the street get made into public housing and a lot of undesirables move into there, and we start becoming a high crime neighborhood and you're not safe to walk around anymore. So let's say I become the poor man's Walter Kowalski and I start carrying just to keep myself safe. Now, it's against the law, and if I get caught I'm going to do 20 to life, but I decide, hey, better try by 12 than carry by 6, the hell with it. So let's say that I'm walking in the neighborhood one evening with my little doggy, and 3 bad guys come up on me, and one of them's got a knife and one of them's got a club, and the other one's a big bad guy, and he doesn't need anything because he's just big and tough. And these guys say, hey man, you know the drill, give us all your money, give us everything you got, and we might kick the shit out of you just for the hell of it. Well, because I'm a totally unproven product, I was 4F, I was never drafted in the service, I was never in Vietnam, I've never been involved in a shootout, I never killed anybody, I haven't even had a fist fight since grade school, so I'm totally unproven. So I'm not going to waste my time with these guys yelling, stop or I'll shoot. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to come upon me and they say, you know the drill, here's exactly what's going to happen. Bang, bang, bang. I've engaged multiple targets. I put one to center mass on each one of them. I just walk the hell away and get the hell out of there. I take Mr. Glock to the desert and I give him a Christian burial because he has served me well. And when the police come around and say, sir, we think you might have been involved in the shooting, I'm going to say, well, gee, you know about that. And I say, we want the weapon that's registered to you. And I said, well, I don't have it. It was stolen out of my vehicle 2 weeks ago. Well, why didn't you report this, sir? Well, there's no point. They won't actually do anything about it. Why, So I'd go through that routine and hope for the best. Now, after this happens, I'm going to say, well, I got to quit carrying now. I can't do this anymore. So I'd probably sell out and get the hell out of here and move back to Heartland at this point. Now, let's take another scenario here. Let's say I'm back in Heartland and for some reason I have occasion to be in the inner city, and back in Heartland I've got concealed carry, so I'm not totally defenseless. Let's say I'm in the inner city for some reason, and same scenario, 3 guys come up on me and they say, hey man, you know the drill, give us your money, we're going to cut you up while we're at it here too. And then if I say, hey look fellas, this doesn't have to ask you late, but let's be reasonable here. Now, if I do that, they're going to get a different vibration. They're going to know I've been there before and I know the drill, and they're going to know that I shot people. So maybe they're just going to walk away and disappear. Now, having said that, if they don't walk away and disappear, well, I'll just go ahead and shoot them too. But it's the same thing. I'll give you one more quick example here. Now, the police demonstration I did yesterday. Now, if you're the Inglewood, California Police Department over here about 7 miles away in the jungle, you don't have to yell like that and intimidate people, because they have a shooting over there about once a week where the officers involved, there's usually about 4 of them, they just empty their magazines into a guy about 40 or 50 rounds, and there's about half a dozen of them go down every year over there, so they don't have to yell at people like that. People just know they're going to get shot. So anyway, that's about video number 30 here. And one last thing, a lot of this bordered on mysticism. That's why I wore the cross today. And if anybody who watches this feels that it borders on mysticism, I hope you'll excuse that. And anyway, I'll see you in video 31.